According to eyewitnesses, the emotional scene unfolded quietly on a cool afternoon in London, far from the flashing studio lights and celebrity events that usually surround Ben Shephard and his wife, Annie Shephard. What began as a routine family moment quickly turned into something far more poignant, something that reminded fans just how deeply these two still seem to care for each other, despite all the challenges that have marked their journey. Sources say Annie's visit wasn't planned. She arrived unexpectedly, just as Ben was finishing a meeting near the ITV studios. Those nearby described how the surprise left him momentarily frozen, his familiar warm smile softening into something far more emotional. Annie, known for her graceful composure, appeared hesitant at first. Dressed simply, her presence alone drew quiet attention. What followed was a moment no one expected. As the two exchanged words, witnesses described Annie's expression as visibly shaken. She seemed to fight back tears, while Ben, ever the gentleman, appeared torn between wanting to comfort her and keeping a respectful distance. For a brief instant, the entire world faded, leaving only two people who once shared a profound love standing face to face again. Within hours, photos from the encounter began circulating online. Fans on social media platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok were quick to react. Hashtags like Ben Shephard and Annie Shephard began trending. One fan wrote, "You can see it in their eyes. That's not over. Some bonds just don't fade, no matter how much time passes." Another commented, "Annie Shephard has always been Ben's calm in the storm. The way he looks at her says everything words can't." TikTok users slowed down clips frame by frame, pointing out small yet powerful gestures. The gentle way Ben reached toward her arm before stopping himself. The quick moment Annie turned away to wipe a tear, believing no one was watching. It wasn't drama. It wasn't performance. It was something real, raw emotion that reminded fans why they've always rooted for the Shephards. For years, Ben Shephard has been seen as one of British television's most down-to-earth presenters, steady, kind, and always professional. But behind that polished smile, those close to him say he's been quietly navigating a difficult period. The pressures of fame, family responsibilities, and the constant scrutiny of public life can wear anyone down. And through it all, Annie has remained a silent pillar, the steady hand that grounded him through the highs and lows. Yet this encounter seemed different. It wasn't just about co-parenting or casual conversation. There was emotion, deep and unfiltered. People who were nearby described it as a moment that felt like closure, but also like a beginning. Friends of Annie say she's been introspective in recent months, focusing on her family, finding balance, and keeping her private life carefully protected. But seeing her in such visible distress struck a chord with many. Annie has always carried herself with grace, rarely showing vulnerability in public. So when those tears fell, they told a story, one of love, loss, and perhaps unfinished feelings. For Ben, witnesses noticed something different too. The familiar spark returned to his eyes, not of excitement, but of remembrance. As one onlooker put it, it was as though he was looking at a piece of his past he never truly let go of. There was no argument, no scene, just quiet emotion. And in that silence, there was a kind of truth that words could never express. Fans were quick to speculate. Was this the sign of reconciliation, or simply two people sharing a deeply human moment after everything they've been through? While neither has publicly commented, their body language spoke volumes. Even after years apart, there's a warmth between Ben and Annie that seems untouched by time. And perhaps that's what makes this story resonate so deeply. It's not just about celebrity drama or romantic rumors. It's about something every person over 60 understands all too well: the bittersweet reality of shared history. When you've loved deeply, raised a family, weathered storms, and grown apart, there's still a connection that never truly fades. Ben and Annie's encounter reminds us that closure doesn't always come neatly wrapped. Sometimes it arrives in quiet moments, with trembling voices and unspoken understanding. Sometimes love transforms, not ending, but evolving into something gentler, wiser, and still just as real. Observers say that as Annie walked away, Ben stood for a moment, watching her disappear into the crowd. It was as if time had slowed. No cameras, no scripts, just the silent recognition of what once was and what perhaps still lingers. To many, that's what makes their story so moving. It's not about rekindling romance, it's about respect. About two people who've built a life, faced heartbreak, and still find a way to care, quietly, without spectacle. So, what do you think? Was this emotional meeting a sign that Ben and Annie Shephard might be finding their way back to each other? Or was it simply a moment of healing between two souls forever connected by their shared past? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell, because the story of Ben and Annie Shephard reminds us all that even in the public eye, the most powerful moments are often the most human. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and remember, love doesn't always end. Sometimes it just changes form.